What's one thing you could do today to support yourself for the rest of the week? So for me, that looks like removing a desk from my room that I was no longer sitting at because it was so uncomfortable, and I'd be a lot more comfy sitting on the floor with a really, really low stack of books with my laptop on. For me, it looks like spending 2 hours today in meditation because everything was just way too much. For me, it looks like cleaning my space, even though I feel a little bit down and feel a little bit fed up and a little bit like I'm overthinking and all those things. Cleaning my space because I know I deserve that. And bit by bit, as I clear the physical mess, the emotional mess also subsides. I love cleaning because it reminds me that I do have a certain element of control and autonomy over my life. And I think it's important as a human to be reminded of that because a lot of us have spent so much time playing the victim when in reality we are the creators. And there's obviously elements of life that happen to us, people passing and all of these things that are completely out of our control, but are such a huge part of our days, of our lives, is actually curated by us. The reason sometimes it can seem like it's not curated by us is because reality takes time to catch up sometimes. So the frequency, the moods, the feelings, the thoughts you've been having in the last week won't necessarily be what's showing up in your reality now, because what's showing up in your reality now is all the past ways you were thinking, feeling and acting. And the trick of almost reality is that it's easy to look around and be like, wait, I've been doing all of these things, maintaining this frequency, doing the affirmations, doing the visualizations, nothing's working. And it's because it takes a while to catch up. And that's just how it is. It takes a little while, but you have to stay as much as you can in the frequency of what it is you want, not the frequency of what it is you don't want. So if you're spending all your time thinking about all the things you don't want, all the things that are making you unhappy, you best believe that they're going to be showing up a lot more in your life, in your days. So a good idea is to have a move around of your space. Sometimes if things feel the same every day and you're just not feeling very tapped in with your creativity, tapped in with your inspiration, with your motivation, with your discipline, sometimes you do just have to gamify things a little bit. That looks like moving things around. It was also really good for the brain for things to be moved around, because when you go into autopilot in the morning, for example, to make your cup of coffee, make your cup of tea, make your breakfast, if everything's always in the same place, I know that can seem like, oh yeah, that's easy because I can find it. But your brain doesn't have to do anything new. So it's not going to be creating any new neural pathways. You're not going to be making any change. Everything's the same. And obviously, if everything's the same, then everything's the same. So when you're longing for change, when you're longing for newness, sometimes while reality's catching up to you maintaining this frequency and keeping these positive thoughts, feelings, and actions going, there's things that you can do in the now that can help you almost see some change in your own space. So dust, move things around, hoover, get rid of loads of stuff to welcome in space for the new things that you're going to be buying with all the money that's on its way to you. You know, there's so many things that you can do. And I think it's super important to have a reminder from time to time that you're not the victim of your situation. Again, as I've said in videos before, this doesn't go for like certain really intense situations. I'm just talking about that average person who plays the victim for kind of no reason. And it's just habitual. Like, I still catch myself doing it. And then I, as quick as I can, bring myself back, whether that's doing a meditation, whether that's robotic affirmations, whether that's going for a walk, whether that's having a cold shower, whatever it is, changing my state as quickly as possible. But also that there's kind of a fine line, not avoiding the reality of what I am feeling, because feelings can also be communication that we want to make a change or that we're unhappy in a situation, and it's important to listen to those feelings as well, because if we keep suppressing those feelings, we're almost not respecting ourselves. So it's a balance, it's a dance between this thought is genuinely unhelpful, bringing me back down to the old frequency, no thank you, and like, oh, I'm in a situation that's making me feel repeatedly sad and repeatedly panicky and repeatedly just down and unmotivated. Maybe I should get out of this situation. Maybe I do need to think about moving. Maybe I need to start working out because clearly I'm just not using a lot of this energy and it's all going in here when I need to expel some of it physically. So the things that we feel can also be really great identifiers of what needs to change in our lives. So again, it's about using your intuition to determine which of the two it is. So yeah, hope this helps.